Alright, what's going on? It's Ev from GuyBostonSports.com, and today I published an article about Anthony Davis possibly coming to the Celtics. And all I said was that there's been a new development. Things have gotten a little bit more interesting because Adrian Wojnarowski on ESPN said this.
A 25-year-old big man who can do literally everything on the court is approaching the most pivotal moment of his career, and a moment that could pivot literally the entire landscape of the league, and that's obviously Anthony Davis. What did they do?
And Boston has been hawking Anthony Davis for years. They always hoped that it would be, whether it's the end of this season or beginning of next, before the trade deadline, that they would gather up all those assets, all those picks Danny Ainge has, young players, and they'd be the team to be able to get Anthony Davis.
And after posting that article, all of a sudden on social media, oh, that's not new news. That's not new news. What are you talking? There is a major development. There's a new development that just broke. That's the first time a legitimate, credible source said that the Celtics are actually interested in Anthony Davis. So don't give me the, that ain't news, pal, when you guys said that. Don't give me the, I'm pretty sure this isn't the first time. No, guess what? That's the first time. From the biggest insider, Adrian Wojnarowski. He said that the Celtics have been looking at AD for years. And that they plan to pursue him in the next year or so before the next season's NBA trade deadline. You're going to tell me that that's not a new development? You're going to tell me that's not something Celtics fans can get excited about? Now, say this were to happen, what needs to happen? The Celtics can't trade for Anthony Davis right now because they have Kyrie Irving under the Rose Rule. So the Rose Rule, if you're an eligible player, I think you have to win some sort of awards, Defensive Player of the Year, MVP, maybe 2 All-NBA, something like that. Kyrie hit the mark. So he was able to take 30% increase over a 25% increase when he was signing the extension. So what has to happen is Kyrie Irving now has to re-sign his new deal, which he said he's planning on doing. He's planning on staying in Boston. Kyrie Irving has to sign his new contract, meaning that he's no longer in a contract that's tied to the Rose Rule, which is made because of Derrick Rose. And then the Celtics can trade for Anthony Davis. Plethora of draft picks. Young talent like Jaylen Brown, It might be happening. AD to Boston might be closer than we think.